Hello, everyone, and welcome to Almost Fluent. I'm Kayla.
And I'm Marcus. This is the podcast for English language learners who want to improve their listening skills through natural, everyday conversations.
Today, we're talking about cooking dinner at home. And I have to warn our listeners, Marcus and I have completely different approaches to this topic.
That's the understatement of the year. So, Kayla, what did you have for dinner last night?
I had perfectly grilled salmon with roasted vegetables and quinoa that I meal prepped on Sunday afternoon. What about you?
Well, I opened my refrigerator and found some leftover rice from 3 days ago, half an onion, and some cheese that seemed like it was probably still okay to eat.
Probably still okay? You mean you weren't completely sure?
I did the smell test, It didn't smell bad, so I figured it was safe. I threw everything together in a pan with whatever spices I could find in my cabinet.
Oh no, how did that actually turn out?
You know what? It actually wasn't terrible. I mean, it definitely wasn't restaurant quality, but I didn't burn it or set off my smoke alarm, so I'm calling that a major victory.
The bar is pretty low there, Marcus. Meanwhile, I spend about 2 hours every Sunday afternoon chopping vegetables, cooking grains, and preparing different proteins. Then, during the weekdays, putting together a complete dinner takes maybe 15 minutes tops. Everything's already prepared and ready to go.
That sounds so incredibly organized and efficient. Do you always follow recipes exactly, or do you sometimes just wing it and improvise like I tend to do?
Oh, I definitely follow recipes very carefully, especially when I'm trying something completely new. I measure everything precisely, set multiple timers, and follow every single step in order.
Multiple timers. See, that's exactly where I always go wrong. I completely forget about setting timers. That's probably why I managed to burn pasta last month.
Wait, how do you actually burn pasta? It's cooking in boiling water.
Well, if you get completely distracted and forget about it for long enough, all the water eventually boils away completely. Then the pasta just sticks to the bottom of the pot and burns. I didn't even know that was possible until it happened to me.
Oh, Marcus, that's exactly why I love following recipes step by step. They tell you precisely how much water to use, what temperature to set, and exactly how long to cook everything.
I know I should follow recipes more carefully, but I always get so impatient reading through all those detailed steps. I just want to start cooking immediately. What's your absolute favorite recipe when you want something quick and simple?
I absolutely love making vegetable stir-fry. You can use whatever vegetables you have available in your refrigerator, add any protein you like, and it's finished in about 10 minutes total. Plus, stir-fry's really forgiving. Even if you overcook the vegetables slightly or add too much sauce, it usually still tastes pretty good.
Forgiving sounds absolutely perfect for someone with my cooking skills. Though I somehow still managed to mess it up last week. I made the oil way too hot for my stir-fry attempt, and it started smoking everywhere.
Let me guess. The smoke alarm went off again?
Of course it did. My poor neighbors probably think I'm the most dangerous cook in the entire apartment building. Speaking of cooking disasters, do you find cooking for other people way more stressful than just cooking for yourself?
Oh, definitely much more stressful. When I'm cooking just for myself, if something doesn't turn out perfectly, it's really no big deal at all. But when I'm having friends over for dinner, I want absolutely everything to be perfect. I plan the entire menu several days in advance and triple check all my recipes.
Exactly. That kind of pressure is just so incredibly stressful. I usually end up just ordering takeout when people come over to my place. It's honestly much safer for everyone involved.
That's probably a very smart strategy. But having the right kitchen equipment really does make cooking so much easier and less stressful. Do you have basic tools like a good sharp knife and a proper cutting board?
I have a knife, but I'm honestly not sure how sharp it is anymore. And my cutting board is pretty small and kind of warped from the dishwasher. What kitchen equipment do you think is absolutely essential for beginners?
A good sharp knife is definitely the #1 priority. It makes chopping vegetables so much easier and actually much safer, too. Then you need a large, sturdy cutting board, a few different sized pans, and proper measuring cups and spoons.
Measuring cups, right. I usually just estimate everything by eye and hope for the best. That probably explains quite a few of my cooking disasters.
It definitely might. Though honestly, once you become more comfortable and experienced in the kitchen, you absolutely can start eyeballing measurements. But when you're still learning, following precise measurements really helps you understand how different flavors work together and balance each other.
That makes complete sense. Can I ask, what kind of cuisines do you actually enjoy cooking? Because I feel like you'd have strong opinions about this.
I love cooking Italian and Mediterranean food. Pastas, risottos, roasted vegetables with olive oil and herbs. The flavors are really rich, but the techniques aren't too complicated once you understand the basics. What about you? Is there anything you genuinely like to learn to cook properly?
Honestly, I'd love to make a really good curry. I love eating Indian food, but every time I've tried at home, it tastes nothing like the restaurant version. I think I'm missing something fundamental.
It's almost always the spices. Most people don't have enough variety, or they don't fry the spices in the oil first before adding anything else. That step is what builds all the depth of flavor.
Frying the spices first? I had no idea. I've just been throwing everything in at once and wondering why it tastes so flat.
That'll do it every time. There are some great cooking videos online that teach exactly that kind of technique. Not just what to do, but why you're doing it. I find once you understand the reasoning behind a technique, it sticks in your memory so much better.
I should look those up. I think part of my problem is I find cooking a bit intimidating, so I avoid it rather than practicing. And the less I practice, the worse I get.
That's the cycle, though, isn't it? The only way to break it is to start really small. Pick one simple recipe, buy the right ingredients, and follow it all the way through without any improvisation.
One recipe. I can do that. Maybe not the curry to start with, though.
Huh. Maybe start with the stir fry. Properly this time. Low heat, not smoking hot oil, and actually measure your sauce.
How do you personally feel about cooking as a daily task? Do you genuinely enjoy the process, or is it just something you do to eat healthy meals?
I actually really love it. It's incredibly relaxing and therapeutic for me. There's something so peaceful about chopping vegetables, following a recipe step by step, watching everything slowly come together. It's almost like meditation. I can forget about work stress and just focus entirely on the cooking.
I really wish I felt that calm about it. For me, cooking is usually pretty stressful because I'm constantly worried I'll mess something up or burn the food again. But I have to admit, when something actually does turn out well, I feel incredibly proud of myself, like I really accomplished something.
That's exactly the best feeling. And honestly, that feeling is worth chasing. Maybe start with those simple recipes, get a couple of wins under your belt, and see if your whole attitude towards cooking starts to change.
You know what? I think you're right. And maybe I'll invest in some measuring cups and at least one timer. A reliable one.
Multiple timers for safety.
Multiple timers. Got it. Well, thanks so much for listening to Almost Fluent today, everyone. Whether you're a meal prepping pro like Kayla or a smoke alarm setting disaster like me, cooking at home is worth the effort. I promise I'm going to try following one complete recipe this week without any dangerous improvisation.
Remember, the best way to keep improving your English is to keep listening to natural conversations like this one. The more you hear the language used in real, everyday situations, the more natural it will feel for you too. And hey, Maybe try cooking one proper meal from scratch this week. Even Marcus is going to try.
She's not wrong. We'll see you in the next episode.
See you next time on Almost Fluent.